Asia, the world's largest and most populous continent, is a tapestry woven with rich history, diverse cultures, and unfortunately, enduring conflicts. From the Eastern Mediterranean to the South China Sea, regions across Asia are grappling with conflicts that have profound implications not just for the region, but for the entire world. The global interconnectedness of the 21st century means that these conflicts do not remain confined to geographical boundaries. This essay delves into the heart of some of Asia's most pressing conflict zones: Israel-Palestine, the South China Sea, Nagorno-Karabakh, Myanmar, Yemen, and Syria. By understanding the complexities of these conflicts, we can begin to grasp their global significance and work towards peaceful resolutions.
Few conflicts are as emotionally charged and globally resonant as the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This conflict, rooted in competing claims to the same land, has its origins in the early 20th century with the rise of Zionism, a movement advocating for a Jewish state in Palestine and Palestinian Arab nationalism. The 1948 Arab-Israeli War led to the creation of Israel and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, creating a refugee crisis that continues to this day. The Six-Day War in 1967 resulted in Israel's occupation of the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Gaza Strip, further exacerbating tensions. Israeli citizen media, Israeli settlements and restrictions in Palestinian territories. The Palestinian territories, once envisioned as a future Palestinian state, have been subject to Israeli settlements, military checkpoints, and restrictions on movement, leading to accusations of apartheid. Palestinian citizen media Fatah and Hamas in Palestinian struggle for self-determination. The Palestinian struggle for self-determination has manifested in two main factions: Fatah, which controls the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, and Hamas, an Islamist group that governs the Gaza Strip. Despite international efforts to broker a two-state solution, with Israel and Palestine coexisting as independent states, the conflict remains unresolved. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is not just a regional issue. It has become a global flashpoint, with implications for international relations, religious tensions, and human rights. The conflict fuels anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, further dividing communities around the world. The plight of Palestinian refugees living in overcrowded camps for generations serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of this enduring conflict.
The South China Sea, a vital waterway for global trade, has become a hotbed of geopolitical tensions in recent years. At the heart of the dispute are overlapping territorial claims by China and several Southeast Asian countries, including Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. China claims almost the entire South China Sea as its sovereign territory, based on historical maps and documents. Chinese official media, China Island Building Campaign, South China Sea military installations. To assert its claims, China has embarked on an ambitious island-building campaign, transforming reefs and shoals into artificial islands equipped with military installations and airstrips. These actions have raised alarm bells among neighboring countries and the international community, who see it as a move to militarize the region and undermine freedom of navigation. The United States, although not a claimant in the South China Sea dispute, has a significant stake in maintaining peace and stability in the region. The U.S. Navy regularly conducts freedom of navigation operations in the South China Sea, challenging China's expansive maritime claims and asserting the right to free passage through international waters. The South China Sea dispute has far-reaching implications for global trade and security. The waterway is a crucial shipping route for goods worth trillions of dollars annually, connecting Asia with Europe, the Middle East, and beyond. Any disruption to trade in this region would have a significant impact on the global economy. Moreover, the dispute has the potential to escalate into a military conflict, drawing in regional and global powers. The presence of competing territorial claims, coupled with nationalist sentiments and the buildup of military forces, creates a volatile mix that could ignite a conflict with devastating consequences. The mountainous enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh, nestled between Armenia and Azerbaijan, has been a source of conflict for decades. The dispute, rooted in ethnic and territorial claims, escalated into a full-blown war in the early 1990s, following the collapse of the Soviet Union. The war resulted in Armenia's control of Nagorno-Karabakh and surrounding Azerbaijani territories, displacing hundreds of thousands of people from both sides. Despite a ceasefire agreement in 1994, tensions have simmered ever since, with sporadic outbreaks of violence. The conflict reignited in 2020, with Azerbaijan, supported by Turkey, launching a military offensive to retake the disputed territories. The 6-week war resulted in Azerbaijan's victory, reclaiming significant portions of the lost territories. The Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, while geographically confined, has wider regional and global implications. The involvement of external actors, particularly Turkey and Russia, highlights the risk of the conflict escalating into a proxy war between regional powers. The conflict also underscores the challenges of resolving long-standing ethnic and territorial disputes, particularly in the context of fragile post-Soviet states. Furthermore, the conflict has a significant humanitarian dimension. The displacement of civilians, the destruction of infrastructure, and the use of cluster munitions have left a trail of human suffering and environmental damage. The international community faces the daunting task of providing humanitarian assistance, facilitating the return of displaced populations, and rebuilding shattered lives and communities.